everybody, this is Bonnie, the Crafty Connoisseur. Just looking over my notes here, make sure I have everything. It's nice to have you back for my subscribers. And if you're new here, if you want to, you can subscribe and join all the fun. I don't know how much fun I am, but I try to have an enjoyable floss tube for you, somewhere where you can come and relax and stitch and have a snack and feel at home. And that is my goal for this channel. And it's also so that my grandbabies will be able to see their grandmother. It's a memoir for my grandbabies so they can see me, since they aren't allowed to right now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, let's see. Make sure I have everything. Okay, I think I do. Yes, I do. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Okay. I had already started recording, and I was getting done pretty fast, and I realized my microphone wasn't on. And I'm using a microphone because we're going to talk about my noisy room. So this is my sewing room that we're in. This is where I craft, this is where I sew, this is my room. This is the brightest room in our house. This is where you're going to get to see my whips and have them look nice and everything like that. But there is an elephant in the room, not literally, but I have aquariums in here and I have birds in here. This is not going to be your quiet floss tube. I noticed lately that it seems like people who do very good on their floss tubes are in complete silence. That is not this household. Our house is very noisy. My animals, my birds, my fish tanks, they help with my anxiety. And this is the way it's going to be. I'm not going to apologize for it being noisy. It's just the way it's going to be. If you're wearing earphones and you have to wear them, this might not be the channel for you. And I hate to say that because I know I'm going to lose some people who might like my channel. But there's nothing I can do about it. I tried doing it different times of the day. It does not work. They're constantly noisy. Birds are noisy. Aquariums are noisy. So I'm hoping by wearing a microphone that this is going to help. But if it doesn't, I don't know. But thank you for all those who have stuck in there with me and do like my channel and don't mind the noise. I appreciate that. So we're going to be looking at some enrichments to my acquisitions, my charts. I have a lot of enrichments. I'm not going to show them all today. We're going to be looking at my potential happy dances, my PhDs. I got that word from another lady's floss tube. I hope she doesn't mind me using it. I don't think she even watches my channel, but I love that instead of whips. I have some other things to show you. So, let's get on with... Oh, I wanted to tell you my email, and I'm also on Instagram. So if you ever want to email me about something or you want to ask me a question about something, you can get a hold of me there. My email is momofmjbm@yahoo.com. And my Instagram account is momofmjbm. Okay, I am going to be talking about my potential happy dances or my PhDs. Let's get started with the first thing I work on every Sunday, and that is my secret stitch for the Crazy Woman's Stitch Retreat in Casper, Wyoming. And I will not be showing that because I don't know who's watching, and if they're going to be at the Crazy Woman, I don't want them to see it ahead of time. So, but I do work on it every Sunday. I might show it after I'm done with it. Maybe. Don't know. I just hate to show it. So let's get to talking about potential happy dance. Now, this is not going to be a potential happy dance because it has been put away in PhD jail. It is Winter by the Cricut Collection. If you recall, I've been doing 50 stitches a day on this, and I started it in April. Really enjoy working on it. Really do. But I made a mistake somewhere in the W, and I kept trying to fudge it, and it kept getting worse and worse. So my husband and I went ahead and frogged it, and then after we frogged it, I spent all day on the 17th of May frogging it, and after we frogged it, stupid thing got holes in it. So now I had to cut a whole new piece, cut down the other one, and here it is. So it is not made me very happy right now. And so I will get it out again. I have it all kitted up. It's all ready to go. It's just it won't be right now. I was hoping to have it done by this winter, but that is not happening. So let's get on with the happy dance ones, the PhDs. So at the first of the month, I was trying to figure out what to do for May. I know everybody was like doing Mirabilia May, May Mania, Mill Hill May, you name it May, whatever May you wanted it to be. Myself, I was trying to think what I wanted to do. And I decided to do, the way I had been stitching since the first of the year was I was stitching all my Christmas stuff, and I was giving one project 5 days, and then I was spinning the tiny decision wheel and giving another project 2 days. So I went off of, I just didn't feel like I was getting enough stuff done. I've gotten, since the first of the year, gotten, I think, 4, I've stitched, not fully finished, but I did fully finish one. I showed that on my last floss tube. That was for my daughter and her new husband. But other than that, I've finished 4 projects. And they were smalls, but I wasn't getting any of my other projects done that I have been working on for some 2-3 years. So I decided that I was going to take my 15, I have 37 PhDs altogether. And I picked out 15 of the closest to a finish. And I decided to give each of those 2 days apiece. So, before I did that though, I had been working on my nativity piece by Crochetia Go-Go, I think. It will look like this when it's done. And this is what I got done, and I had 632 stitches altogether this month. And I love it. The only part I'm not really liking is the eyes on the angel. But I tried to do it without the eyes, and it looked horrendous. So, I just went ahead with it. But I love that little town. This is such a fun stitch. It is a really nice stitch. And here I am forgetting my board to show you all better. But I will get that out right now. So that got... I stitched on that for 632 stitches. My next one was, let's see here, I have them all written down. My next one is the Curtis Bohinger May Santa. And if I had thought about it, I have the whole year of these Santas. I've never seen them stitched up. I have all the charts, but they aren't in color. I'll flash it to you real quick. They aren't in color. So I've looked online. All I see is like quilting blocks, but I don't see anything cross-stitching. They show like part of the chart like I have, like this, but they don't ever show it in color. So this is going to be as big a surprise to me as it is going to be everybody else. But for for today and tomorrow, the last 2 days in May, I am going to be working. This is my last one. So far I've only gotten 50 stitches in for the month of May. But my aim is to try to get 200 stitches a day on these. So I try to get at least 400 stitches if I can. There's some days I don't feel like it, and I might get 150 stitches in, 100 stitches in. It just depends on my mood, what I want to do. So hopefully I'll get some stitches on him, and that's going to be a surprise for me, what he's going to look like. The next thing I worked on was Christmas Tiny Town. I can see why everybody's loving these. This is so much fun. And here it is. And I'm sure you all have seen that. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this. I've never made a drum before. There's lots of tutorials, but this is what I've gotten done so far. I might not have gotten any more in than when I showed you last, but I'm showing you all that I stitched on this month. So this is 365 stitches, and I'm really enjoying it. Hopefully I'll have it done by Christmas. Maybe, maybe not. We will see, because I will be telling you my plans that I plan on doing for the rest of the year. Okay, the next one is my elf, and a lady sent him to me, and he is from Finland. And here he is. I don't know, it's all in Finnish, so I just call elf feeding animals. I don't know the name of it really. But I stitched, I shouldn't say I got, that sounds horrible. I stitched 235 stitches. And I love it. I keep saying that, but I really do like this one. Once I figured out how to stitch it, it was so much fun. So I'm really hoping this is going to be a finish. I seen it done in person. Oh, I loved it. It doesn't look like much on here, but it is absolutely gorgeous. So there's that one. And then, let's see here. I stitched spring. Hopefully this will be a finish in the next couple of weeks. But, oh, I should have taken it off the hoop. Oh well. But this is spring. And I do not remember. Was this a Brenda Gervais? I don't know who it is. If you know, let me know. But I stitched the boot, and I finished up the little flowers here. And this, it's supposed to say April showers. Let me go ahead and take this out of the hoop. It's supposed to say April showers, April in the umbrella, but I'm not going to put April or showers in here. I'm just going to make it just a real cute little piece. So there that is. My daughter colored the fabric. But I'm loving this boot. I think it's so cute. And the crocuses. So hopefully I'll have a finish on that. Because this is a really, really close to a finish. Let me get this folded upright. So that one is that. And like I said, if you know the name of that, it was a freebie chart pattern. So if you know the name of that, let me know. Okay, the next one was Brooks Books Lady Liberty, and this is a free chart, and I think it still is. I looked it up, and I found it again. So there it is. Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty, and hopefully I'll have this done by July so I can hang it up with my other July pieces. Oh, and I forgot to even talk about that. Whoops. We'll talk about that in a minute. So here she is. I finished up her drape right here in her little book. And this is what I worked on. And I got 293 stitches. So I just have the rest of this over here, and she'll be finished. Isn't that cute? And I don't know if you can see it, but it's sparkly. It's got sparkle in it. I just love it. I think they have the cutest faces. So there's that one. And I have it in my bag, American bag. The next one I worked on, well, let's go back to what I'm put in place of my, I meant to talk about that first. What I'm doing in place of the winter daily stitch, I am doing Hands-On Design, A Year of Celebration. This is the first set. They have 2 different sets, but this is the first set, and this is how much I've gotten in the last 2 weeks. I did all this bunting, and so all I have left is a box, I think, right here, and it's got like soldier's feet or something, and a little bit more bunting, and then the rockets, and they have like, they're blasting off. They have like trails on them. So if I had thought about it, I would have made this blue or something else. I really don't like the brown for July, but it is what it is. So I'm putting 50 stitches a day on that, and when that's finished, I'll go on to August, so I'm always ahead. If you recall, I did do a leap year start, and I am doing Memorial Park by Praiseworthy Stitches. I seen this done when I went to StitchCon 2 years ago, and I fell in love with it, and somebody was selling the magazine, you know, where you get the magazine charts, and I bought it for $1.50, and this has been a lot of fun. So last night was the 29th, so I stitched on this, and I put and popcorn, and I finished up the red here. So every 29th day of the month, I'm going to work exclusively on this, nothing else, not even the daily stitch, for 4 years. So I'll have it done in 4 years, and I'm so excited. Okay, the next one I worked on was, a lot of these you all have never seen because I did not have my floss tube up, but I've been working on this since January of 2022. I did my own conversion. I didn't like the colors that this was originally done in, but then I seen it in person, and oh my goodness, I wish I had done the original colors, but that's okay. I like the colors I did it in, and there is no way I'm starting this one over, because I had to redo it 7 times before I got it right, so there is no way. But it's Lavender and Lace Enchanted Alphabet. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is where I am at. And I put in 239 stitches. So see, not every project gets a whole lot of stitches in. But here she is. And here's the colors I'm doing it in. And I worked on her little dress right in here. I had to take out a whole bunch because for some reason I was off and I couldn't figure out the problem. So I took out all of this, and that's why there's only 239 stitches. So actually I did almost 500 stitches because I took them out and then I put them back in. So in the right spots. So here she is. And I think she is just so cute. I love her curls. So I'm really happy with this. So she's getting there. As soon as she's done and I stitch the bunny rabbit, I'll have one little bouquet of flowers, and then I'll have the rest of the alphabet. So really I don't have a whole lot left on her. So there's that one. That thing is not staying together. Oh well. The next one I worked on, and it is almost finished. This is another one that's almost finished. It's called The Sea, and it is by Happy... No. I'm not sure. It's either Happy Mood Point or... I don't know. I don't know which one it is. But anyways, I'm really liking it. So I worked on the whale. And I worked on the... What is that? That must be a fish hook. And I worked on the anchor. And I worked on the little bubbles. So you can't see it real well. Here, let me put it on my board. I keep forgetting to use this board. But here we go. There it is. And I'm almost finished. And I really like it. I love the colors. The only thing I don't like is this bird way up in the air. I don't know why they did that. That's weird. But anyways, I digress. I like it. It will be going up for the summer as soon as I'm finished. So I only have a few little more animals left. A little bit more fish. So I have to put... Oh, I guess that's the T. I thought it was an anchor. Anyways, so there's the sea. I've got to finish up the boat. I've got to do these little fish. And I've got to do this coral. And I'll be finished. So it's not going to be very long at all. At all. And it will be done. And it's in my lobster bag that I made. Okay, and I got, see how many I stitched on that. I stitched 246 stitches on that. So I guess I'm lying when I say I put almost 400 stitches. I guess it depends on the day. This is Hawk Run Hollows, the first block. It's springed, and I put in 393 stitches in this one. And here it is. So I finished up all of these lines and here. And this is all white through here. You can't see it very well. But I finished that up. All of this, and I'm starting on the brickwork. So I'll have a robin left and a squirrel right here. And I think another robin. And then the rest of the brickwork, and I'll be done. I can see why people like these Hawk Run Hollows. I really enjoy it. So yes, there is, kind of see it, I printed it out in black and white. I don't know why, but anyways. So here I've got this done. So I have this little bit in the window. I have this right here, the rest of the brick and the squirrel and these words. Not going to be very much longer. I'll be done with that. I think it said I was like 60% done, is what Markup RXP said. So there's that one. And then I did Twin Peaks Primitives Stitching Autumn. And I did 478 stitches in that one. I'm not going to say I love these, but I do. This is so much, and here I go again. It's so much fun to stitch. Let me put it on my board. I've really been enjoying this. I finished up the pumpkin with the scissors and a little palm, and then I finished up the banner. So I just have the rest of the so I have the rest of the thread to do, and then I have another thread right here and two little girls in costumes, and I'll be finished. Maybe I'll have it done in time for Thanksgiving or the autumn time. Hopefully. I've been working on it since October 2022. I should have been done by now. The next one, I got 478 stitches. I don't know if I said that or not. The next one I did was, the last one I did was, yes, before I did Memorial Park yesterday. I stitched 400 stitches on Floral Fairy by the Stitchy Princess. And I changed the colors completely. She is very close to a finish. So I worked on the flowers and I did the rest of the greenery in her skirt. So here she is. I made her a redhead. And I didn't realize until that I had stitched it a different color right here, but that's okay. People have different colors in their hair, so it doesn't matter. But isn't she beautiful? So I have a little bit of like back stitch here. And then over here in the corner I have these flowers. Then I got these little bit of flowers here, and she'll be finished. And I just love her. I think she's so pretty. What I'm going to do with her, I don't know. I might put her up for one of my, I don't have a red-headed grandbaby yet, but maybe one day I will. There's redheads on both my daughters, my new son-in-law's family is redhead, and my mom's side of the family is redhead, and I have redhead nieces and nephews. My grandmother was a redhead, so hopefully I'll get a redhead. Here is the Memorial Park. I didn't think I had brought in a picture of it, but I did. So I will show you that I'm working on for my leap year start. Isn't that cute? So I am right, let's see, where am I? Yes, right here. Did this little bit right here. So this is what's going to take up time, is all these people. But the border is really simple, and the words are really simple. And I don't think these people are going to be very hard. They're tiny. It's just all the little details. But it's, oh, so much fun. That is a lot of fun. And like I said, I seen it stitched up, and I just absolutely loved it. We're going to put it in our, we have a, I've said this before, but we have a puzzle game Lego room that in our house, and so that's what we're going to stick it up at. Okay, so like I said, so let's go on to plants. So that was all my stitching. Got a lot done. I don't know how much total, but it was a lot. So for today and tomorrow, I'll be stitching on May Santa Claus by Curtis Bowringer. I think it's Bowringer. I'm not sure. I do have a new plan for the rest of the year. I've decided to work down my PhDs. And how I'm doing that is I'm taking, so my closest to a finish, the 4 closest to a finish, I'm going to be giving a week. So I've got the sea, showers, spring showers, the sea, Floral Fairy, and Lady Liberty. So all of those have got a whole week, and I should be able to get those to a finish by giving them a whole week, because I really do not have that much left on them. Then I will be replacing that. You know how you take a bill and you take your one that you owe the least, and then you pile on to the next one and the next one, and you pay down your debt? That's what I'm going to do with my PhDs, because I would like to see a lot of finishes, because I have so many charts back here that I would love to stitch, and I already have 37 that I have all together started, and I just need to work on them and get them down. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to be working on my secret stitch every Sunday, like I said. Another thing that I'm going to be trying to work on is I really want to start making bags again, project bags. My only thing that holds me back is the mitered corners. I cannot get those down. They are like awful. It doesn't matter if I have every line completely straight. I cannot get those mitered corners down. It's like a nemesis to me. So I want to practice on scrap pieces until I can get them down. Even if I have to use scrap paper, I want to do it because I'm going to learn how to do those corners and make them look nice. My bags, I can do anything but other than that. And so I'm going to try to practice on that. Another thing I'm going to try to practice on is trying to stay cool. It is so hot here in the summers. It's ridiculous. And the humidity is what gets you. They literally tell us not to go out after 10 in the morning and not to go back outside until 4 in the afternoon. Because you will die of heat stroke. There is just no ifs, ands, and buts around that. It is so hot. So I'm going to try to stay inside and stay cool. And another bad thing is our car is older. We've never had a new car. We've been married 33 years now. We've never had a new car. Our car runs great. We don't owe anything on it, but it needs a new compressor. So hopefully this month we'll be getting a compressor, because if not, I'm not going anywhere. I cannot stand the heat. If I could be in fall weather, not winter, but fall weather all year long, I'd be happy. So I have a question for you all before we go on to some other things I want to talk to you about. What is your favorite cross-stitching tool? What can you not do without? And I don't want to hear stands. I don't want to hear about stands. I'm talking about a tool like your scissors, your favorite needles, your favorite, I don't know, seam ripper, whatever helps you with your cross stitching. Let me know what your favorite cross stitching tool is. I'd be very interested to know. Okay, so let's go on to a little bit of news that's happened around here. So last time I talked to you, Layla, my little poodle, had 2 puppies on the 22nd of May. She had a really, she just had an extra long labor. And she had a little boy and a little girl. I finally went to sleep at 5 in the morning, and wouldn't you know, as soon as I fell asleep, she had the puppies. So she's doing great. She's a great mama, but this will be her last litter. She's 6 years old. She should have never had this litter, but she was determined. So she got herself in the cage with my male, and well, here's these 2 little puppies, and she is so protective of them. I'm almost tempted to keep one just for her, but I don't know if I want to or not. And then Evie Rose, our last cat to have kittens, she had 3 little kittens, and it was the oddest thing. I've never seen this happen before. We do not have multiple males in our household. We only have 1 daddy cat, but she had 3. The first one came out, and it was tiny. I mean, tiny. She held them in for a whole week, because I make sure and write down the dates when she's been bred and stuff. So this one was unusually tiny, like this big. And then the second one was a little bigger. But the third one was the size it should have been, and you could tell it was held over because its eyes opened the next day. So the first 2 didn't make it. They were just too small. And the second one, the first one passed away as soon as it was born. The second one lasted about 4 or 5 days. We were kind of supplementing it and things, and it just passed away. The third one's doing great. He looks like a little hippo. And if I can, at the end of the floss tube, I'll have my husband insert pictures of all the kittens and the 2 puppies. They are so sweet. So that's what happened there. I did want to talk about who I've been watching. I've mentioned her before. She Stitching World, something like that. It's She Stitching, and I'm not sure if it's World or Hour or what it is. She's also got a Facebook group, which I didn't know about, so I went ahead and signed up for it. But if you haven't seen her, go watch her latest one. She has a lot of cute finishes, and I really liked how she did things. She is very creative. I also have a correction to make. I said that I was watching videos on the cross stitch tools, and I said it was another stitcher, but it was the Contented Stitcher who had those 2 videos, and they're very, very good. The other one I've been watching, I just discovered her, and she's really good, is something Crow River Stitcher. I'm sure you've heard about her. A lot of people have been talking about her, but her finishes. She had a lot of good finishes this week, and the other thing was she used what she had around her, and she has a lot of yarn, so she made her own. She crocheted stuff to go around her pillows. It looked so pretty. Go and check her out. I think you'll really, really like it. Another thing I've been doing, so those are who I've been watching. I've been watching a whole lot of others, but those have been really interesting to me this last couple of weeks. Another thing I've been doing, She Stitches says she does this, and I think I showed it on my last FlossTube channel, but if you're new, you didn't see it. So, but it's these cards. And what she did was she went in each one of her patterns, found out the size of what the pattern was, put it here, and then she put her what counts she likes to stitch on, and then she went with a calculator. You can get cross stitch calculators on the internet, and it'll do it for you. But she put down what size fabric she would need in these counts. And I've been doing that on all my patterns, and it's going to take me a long time. I have about 2,500 patterns, so it's going to take me a long time, but whoever gets my patterns next will know what size to do. But I'll get it done. But this is going to help me tremendously, because I'll be able to look at it and say, hey, I need, I want to do it on 22 count, this size fabric I need. I have a whole lot of fabric. So this was a great idea, and this is the card that my husband did for me so I could do that. So I've been doing that. Another thing I've been doing is I've been doing my puzzles. For a while I hadn't been doing my puzzles, but I decided to start doing 300-piece puzzles, which I've never done. I've always done the 1,000-piece, and I got 2 done in the last 2 weeks. So I've really enjoyed doing my puzzles. I've been organizing my extra flosses. I had some Anchor flosses and some JP coats, and I don't care what kind they are. They have conversions for all of them, and I like the older flosses. I like JP coats. I've never had any issue with it. It's fluffy. It feels nice. I have some CXC that I got from AliExpress. I really like that. You have to get the one with the 2 labels on it. You can't get the one with just the 1 label. So, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoy Anchor floss. This is the older Anchor. I don't know if it's made in Scotland anymore, but it's nice, and there's conversions everywhere for those numbers. So there's no reason why you can't use them. And then the last thing I've been doing is organizing my Legos still. I'm still putting it all together because I want to, when I want to build something, I just want to go to that drawer and get what I need. And it saves so much time, and I can enjoy my stuff so much better. Okay, where I have been for Memorial Day, to start out Memorial Day weekend, we went down Saturday to a place called Athens, Alabama. And we picked up 3 new birds. A lady just couldn't keep her birds anymore. We rescued parrots. And we came home with, they're not sulfur. We have a sulfur cockatoo. But it is anyways, he's gorgeous. He's a cockatoo and he's got blush. When his crest comes up, it's all pinkish color. The name escapes me. Not umbrella, he's not a salt. I can't remember. Anyways, we came home with him and his name is Mango. And she had him for 20 years. And so altogether he's 29. We're his 3rd home. And he is such a sweet bird. They are the dogs of the bird family. He walks around. He's getting in all kinds of things. He even came over in my sewing room, and I have a little coffee bar set up, and I have some little mason jars. He unscrewed those mason jar lids today. I found them all over the floor. So he's a nut. His name is Mango. And then she also had a double yellowhead Amazon named Ollie. And he talks very well. He says, hello, my name's Ollie. And he says a lot of other things, but he does not want to be touched. That is typical Amazon. Amazons typically are one person until they realize that person's not going to come back, and then they become part of the family. But they're very standoffish at first. So we have him, and then we have a little bird she had. It's a little Quaker parrot, and her name is Luli, and she's picked me to be her friend. Of all the birds, this lady said she hated everybody, but she loves us. She loves my husband and I, and she wants to be on me, and I haven't had a bird do that in a long time, a little bird. So I'm really excited about her. There was a couple of craft stores I wanted to go to while we were down in Alabama, but we ended up talking too long and putting the cages on the car, and it's amazing what my husband can do with, we don't need a truck. He can put things everywhere on the car, and we just go down the road. We look like the Beverly Hillbillies, but you know, that's okay. So we didn't have time to go to the craft stores, but there is 2 craft stores within 40 minutes of Athens in Huntsville that I really want to go to, because we don't have any around here. So that's where I have been. One thing I did want to talk about is, so I'm part of the Late Night Stitchers, and the lady who started the Late Night Stitchers, and if you're part of the Late Night Stitchers, you already know about her, but her name was Jenny Rucker, and she passed away. Made me very, very sad. She was such an encouragement to me. She was such a sweet friend. Anytime I got on Zoom, she would laugh with me, and you know, if I was feeling down or I needed someone to talk to, she would message me and say, you can talk to me anytime you want. She's just a sweet, sweet friend and such an encouragement to me. And she had a lot of health issues, and in spite of that, she just had a great attitude. And it made me very sad to hear that she had passed away, because I had only talked to her like 2 or 3 days before. So that made me very, very sad. And so keep her family in prayers. She had little girls, and they'll be going through a lot. So I've been praying for them every day, and if you pray, please keep them in your prayers. One thing I did want to show you for before I leave is I want to show you a little bit of my haul. I won't show all of it to you because this whole bag is full of charts. I got it at McKay's. That's our local bookstore, and they sell their charts for 50 cents a piece. So I thought every week I would, sorry I'm bending over and you're having to see all that, but I thought every week that I would show, let me make sure that I'm not showing what I have already showed. Okay. Now, these ones I did not get from McKay's. These ones, there was a lady on one of the one of the Facebook groups, and she was looking for bobbins, and I had bags of bobbins. I didn't need them. They were just taking up space in my cedar chest, so she sent me a whole box. I'm talking a box full of charts. And a lot of them, they weren't my style, but some of them were. And so I will be passing on the charts that I really didn't need, but that was very sweet of her. Her name is Beth, and I forgot her last name, but so I'll show you just a few of the things that I picked out from her. So I got this just cross-stitch Christmas ornament edition from 1990. And there's some cute little things in there. So yes, I did keep that. There's also this Christmas Angel of Peace. I thought she was so pretty. I really liked her. Then here was a Christmas, it says Keeping Christmas. I love all these little motifs, and then you cut out the little stockings and put them on here. I love that. And then she had this Christmas at Stony Creek. Sorry about that. It's about to die. But let me see if I have a couple pictures to show you. Christmas at Stony Creek. Here we are. Like that little girl was so cute. That is from, I don't know. I do not see what year that is from. I guess it really doesn't matter. And then I had some towels, and I didn't know what to do with them, so here was I thought this was really pretty to put on the towels, because I had red and green and white. So I thought that'd be cute for some Christmas presents. And then I have never seen, I've read his books, but I've never seen him in cross stitches. Tommy DeCallo. My boys used to love his books. So there's the Christmas Carolers. And then I had something called Santa's Workshop for Santa and all his little elves. I thought those were adorable. So I got that. And then I got this one called And the Angels Sang. I love anything nativity. I thought those were so cute on the back. The little mouse and these little guys here. Then I picked up now these did come from McKay's. I picked these up yesterday. I thought this was very interesting. The stained glass. It's not as hard as it looks. It's just mostly black outline. And you just fill in big blocks of color. But I thought I'd do this one here eventually. And then this is by Stony Creek, and it's a little poem about your son and your grandson and your daughter and your granddaughter. And I thought of this for my friend Angie. I think her floss tube's name is Cross Stitching Time. Make sure you go over there and like her cross stitch. Become a subscriber. She's wonderful. I really enjoy her things, but she has a little granddaughter named Rose, and this was all about the rose for a granddaughter, and I thought she'd like to have that. So that is just a little bit of my haul. I have so much more to show you, but it's getting late, and this has gone on long enough. Remember, our word for the year is peace. At least that's my word for the year. It is peace. And I want to give you a quote about peace, and this is from Wayne Dyer. I don't know who that is. If you know who that is, great. But I don't. But he said, peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than how you think it should be. That is so true. That is 100% accurate. We've got to retrain our minds that things are not going to go our way. They are not how we think they should be, but it's accepting the way it is. And that is my word of encouragement for you today. Have a wonderful rest of the month. The 2 days that, well, 1 day now. Rest of the month, and have, if you're doing things for the summer, just keep your mind on the word peace. Have peace in your life, in your family. Encourage one another. Love one another. You never know when somebody's not going to be there anymore. Life goes by too quick to hold grudges. That's my word of the day. Peace. Okay, thank you. Bye.